Hey groups kids, and welcome back to another video. Bitcoin is dumped over 7.7% in the past couple of hours. And why has this happened? That's the question everybody has. So we'll be going into the two critical points that led to this dump. And of course, I do have some thoughts on what's going to happen next and a potential long position in mind too. So for all of that and much, much more, make sure to watch until the end of the video. Smash up the like button. That would be very much appreciated. But ladies and gents, I'm Crypto Kid. Let's cue in the intro and jump straight into the chart. What exactly happened? Now, in terms of a chart pattern perspective, we formed a double top, and after we broke the neckline, we fell drastically to $40,400. However, I was pretty bearish in my past couple of videos, and the reason for this was because Bitcoin has been going up for 8 consecutive candles, and after such price movements, especially on a macro time frame like the weekly chart, Bitcoin likes to see 20 to 25% reversals towards the downside. So I was pretty bearish for this week's candle specifically, and I was mentioning that I'm looking to open a short position if we form a bearish candlestick formation, which I will wait until the end of this week because in 2 days and 11 hours, we are going to have the FOMC meeting, which is likely to create a little bit more volatility into the market too. So I'll be waiting on that, but let's see, because Bitcoin is trading at critical resistance, which in previous times for Bitcoin, we came down to found support, caused new bull markets. So again, it is very critical that Bitcoin holds this level. If not, I think $36,000 could even be possible. But looking at the shorter term time frame, what is happening, right? So Bitcoin is actually in this ascending broadening wedge. And if I just do the following and get my trend line so you can see more clearly, we have a resistance over there encountering as many wicks as possible, of course, and we have a beautiful line of support creating this ascending broadening wedge. And we got rejected from this resistance for Bitcoin. And to be honest, I think it could be an interesting time to open a long position if Bitcoin retests this support at around 37,800, or in fact $38,000, I will say. And that could give a very nice trade, taking profit at the line of resistance, or maybe at the prior swing high could be interesting too, with a stop loss around about there. So that would give you around a 17.75% win on no leverage. And I am actually going to plan on taking this trade right now. So if I go to Bitflex, create a small conditional order with 10x leverage, make sure to keep it on isolated so we're risk managed. $38,000 could be an interesting point to long for Bitcoin. This will be short term, and if the stop loss is hit, then it is what it is. But let's see. I think it could be a good line of support to long from. In fact, I'm going to reduce the leverage to 5x because 17.75% unleveraged is already a massive sum, so we can reduce our risk even more. And if I just put 1,000 USDT, that's going to give us around a $5,000 trade, which is not bad whatsoever. Press open long, and boom, perfect. We have our conditional order set. And I want to claim my flex points. Did I claim them this? Yeah. Okay, I claim my flex points today. I am saving up for an Apple Watch, which after completing trading challenges and a lot of cool stuff and collecting them daily, you can actually redeem some pretty interesting stuff. And I broke the back of my iPhone 2 days ago. So I'm saving up 280,000 flex points to hopefully be able to get the iPhone so I can replace it with my current broken one. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at in terms of a technical analysis perspective for Bitcoin. However, looking into what actually caused this dump, well, there were two reasons. Number one was the significant amount of open interest. And we can see Michael Burry over here playing with the drumsticks because 12 billion in open interest is a lot of money, right? And we were incredibly over leveraged. I mean, sorry, the long exposure was massive with $14 billion of long exposure. But why are these factors even important? That's a great question. Well, basically, the likelihood of forced liquidations increases dramatically when both sets of data are high. So inflated levels of open interest amplifies market volatility, and if leverage traders incur losses, then they may be forced to sell their positions, which triggers a chain reaction of liquidations, basically, and can cause the price to drop incredibly low if there are a lot of liquidity events, which we did have between around $43,800 and just over $42,000. There were a lot of liquidations. So that's what happened. We got a lot of traders liquidated, and I think market makers made a lot of money, which I'll get to in just a second. So the high open interest data also reflects the increased number of speculative traders in the market, and especially with a lot of volatility coming back into Bitcoin, a lot of just short-term traders that want to profit off of price action but don't really care about Bitcoin itself want to just come into the market and make money, right? They're not buying Bitcoin in a long-term perspective. They're just making money from the volatility. And what happens there is you can have large price swings, right? So because there's a lot of short-term traders, you can have a lot of price swings towards the up or towards the downside. And open interest acts as a reflection of market sentiment. If everybody has a long position, which we can see from the long exposure data, this may be an opportunity for market makers to bring down the price, liquidate all of these long positions that are over leveraged, everybody's longing, so that market makers make a ton of money. And this is a common basic method of which market makers profit from, because of course they can see a lot of liquidation levels, they can see so much trade data. It's like the house always ends up winning, and it can be some sort of market manipulation here, of course, with everybody going into long trade. So that is what I personally think. However, Bitcoin is seeing a reversal back towards the upside now. We're at $42,300. So it is possible that Bitcoin in the very short term sees a V-shaped recovery back up. That could be very much possible. But ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching until the end. That is very much appreciated. And I hope to see you guys in the next video very soon. That was just a very quick update looking through the basic things, and I'll see you all on the next video. So guys, take care and bye-bye.